Do you know this feeling? You sit down to work, you've got your productivity app, a long to-do list, but at the end of the day, you've been busy grinding for hours and still have nothing that matters to show. But what if I told you the productivity system you are using, whether it's a Pomodoro timer or eat the frog tactics, isn't broken? It's doing its job. Most of the time, it's working exactly as designed. The real problem? You're running these productivity systems inside the attention economy, an ecosystem engineered to keep your brain reactive, foggy and slow every time it tries to focus. Because the attention economy doesn't want your focus on things that truly matters. It wants your attention on things that most often feel irrelevant. So I'm not here to guide you through breaking laws. I'm here to show you the hidden productivity hacks that make productivity so effective, it almost feels illegal to use them. Because let me tell you, illegal productivity isn't taught. It's hidden. Not in your planner, not in your app, not in the magic hacks they sell you. It's in the things no one talks about. The ones that protect your energy, compound your attention like a bank interest, and make your progress feel so frictionless it looks illegal. Hack 1. Attention Residue Trap. Did you know you can lose up to 40% of your productivity every single day without even noticing? That means if you spend your whole day task switching, you're running at 60% of your true potential while thinking you're operating at 100. I used to wake up thinking I was about to crush the day. I had a full to-do list, tabs open, coffee on my desk, ready to be productive. But 2 hours in, my brain would feel like it was melting. Not because I did too much, but because I scattered my energy in 100 directions. I wasn't exhausted from the work, I was exhausted from switching tasks non-stop. Every time you switch from one task to another, writing to email, project to TikTok, your brain doesn't fully let go. It leaves mental fragments behind. That's what psychologists call attention residue. Research from Gloria Mark at UC Irvine shows it takes an average of 23 minutes to fully refocus after just one interruption. Imagine your brain like a browser. Every time you switch focus, you open another tab. The only problem is that those tabs don't close themselves. They sit there running in the background, draining your mental RAM until your system crashes. That's why you feel foggy, unfocused, and frustrated. It's not because you're doing too little, it's because you're trying to do too much, too fast, with too many tabs open. The worst part, most people live like this every day and call it normal. They blame their lack of results on motivation, or the wrong tools, or the wrong strategy. But the real issue is they've trained their brain to live in constant fragmentation. They can't focus because they've never learned how to shut the noise out. That's not productivity. That's cognitive self-sabotage. If you want to stay productive and focused, you need to change how you work. One task at a time. One focus block of 45 to 90 minutes. Phone on airplane mode. Notifications off. Desk cleared. You don't need another app. You need discipline and a mental hygiene. The ability to treat every task like it matters. Hack 2. The low battery life. Here's something you probably don't even realise. When your work feels slow, clumsy and frustrating, it's not a motivation problem. It's low battery. Your brain doesn't run on willpower, it runs on glucose and oxygen. When you skip sleep, skip breakfast, and load up on caffeine and sugar, you're basically asking your brain to perform miracles on 10% charge. You'd never expect your iPhone to survive a day of heavy apps on 10% battery. But you do it to yourself every morning. No fuel, no movement, no recovery, just chaos and pressure. And then you wonder why you feel foggy and unproductive. Here's what the science says. Movement sends fresh energy to your brain. Sleep restores the part of your brain that controls focus. Without it, that part just stops working. And I felt it myself. On mornings when I don't eat enough protein, I walk into work already frustrated. I'm in a bad mood, slow, unfocused, like I'm dragging through the day. But when I do eat well and nourish my body and my brain, it gives me fresh energy for hours. No hack or planner or system will save you if your brain is starving. You need to treat energy like a non-negotiable. Sleep at least 7 hours. Move your body for 10 minutes before deep work, walk, stretch, anything. Eat protein and clean carbs, not sugar bombs that spike and crash your system mid-task. And trust me, this isn't wellness fluff. Think of this like a high productivity strategy, because when your battery is full, focus isn't something you chase, it's something that happens naturally. Hack 3, the mental runway. Here's something that'll challenge everything you've been told. I used to think deep focus was just a decision. Sit down, lock in, get it done. But I kept noticing that it wasn't that simple. Some days I'd sit at my desk with every intention to crush it, and 30 minutes would pass, and I'd still be checking tabs, staring at the screen, completely unfocused. Why? Because I was trying to force focus without preparing for it. I was skipping the runway. Neuroscience shows that focus doesn't work like a light switch. It's more like a runway, just like brushing your teeth tells your body it's time to sleep. A consistent ritual tells your brain it's time to lock in. It's conditioning. So rituals prime the brain for action. And that changed everything for me. Now I treat focus like takeoff. A plane doesn't lift off the second it starts. It needs space to build speed. Same with deep work. If you try to launch into intense concentration without giving your brain the signal to shift gears, you're going to crash before you even get started. For me, my focus ritual is simple. Coffee, watching motivational video, and clearing my desk. That combo tells my brain it's game time. For you, it might be a playlist or sitting in a specific chair. The point is, if you repeat it enough, your brain learns to associate that ritual with deep work, which becomes automatic. Hack 4. The Open Loop Hijack. Here's something you felt but probably never named. You sit down to work, ready to focus, but your mind keeps looping back to that one thing you didn't finish yesterday. Or something from last week that's still lingering in the background. That's not distraction. That's an open loop hijacking your focus. It's called the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain is wired to keep unfinished tasks active, like background apps running non-stop, draining mental energy. Until the loop is closed, your system won't rest. It keeps pinging you with reminders. Don't forget this, don't drop that. And it doesn't matter how important the current task is, that open loop will pull your attention back from things that you should be working on. For me, it's doing any admin stuff or paperwork. I hate it, so I delay it. But the longer I avoid it, the more it haunts me. I'll be writing, studying, even trying to relax, and suddenly that unfinished thing flashes in my head like a red notification badge I can't swipe away. It doesn't leave until it's done. The fix is simple but powerful. Before you step into deep work, empty your head. Dump every open loop onto paper, every task, every loose end, every "I'll do it later." Then write the next small step. Not the full solution, just the next move. That alone signals to your brain, this is handled. And when your brain sees it captured and structured, it finally let it go. Think of it like offloading files from your laptop to an external drive. The data is safe, the system runs faster, your mind is no different. When you close the loop, even temporarily, your focus gets clean and undisturbed. Hack 5. The silent time thief. Have you ever noticed how a simple task can somehow stretch across your entire day? You sit down with good intentions, and suddenly it's evening. You've been working for hours, but most of it was scrolling, doubting, and pretending to be productive. Here's the thing, work expands to fill the time you give it. If you allow 8 hours, your brain will take 8 hours because it knows it can. But when you shrink that time, say, to 45 minutes, something wild happens. Your brain locks into focus. Distractions fade. You start making decisions faster. I used to give myself whole afternoons to finish one paragraph of my assignment, and I'd still be writing at midnight. Now I set 2 sessions of a 90-minute timer. That's it. And I get more done in this time frame than I used to in an entire day. The less time you allow, the sharper your focus becomes. Hack 6. Stop split focus days. I used to think that juggling 5 things at once makes me efficient. But here's the thing I learned. Multitasking is just fast switching. And fast switching fries your brain. It's like running 5 apps on low battery. Everything slows down, overheats, and crashes by evening. I used to cram research, studying, even errands into one chaotic day. By night, I wasn't productive. I was just drained. Here's the thing that changed everything for me. Theme your days. Think about it this way. You wouldn't throw whites, colours, and delicates all into one load of laundry. You'd separate them, run each load properly, and get it done. But that's exactly how most people treat their days. A little bit of errands, a little bit of research, a little bit of deep work, all jumbled together until nothing really gets clean. And by the end of the week, you've worked non-stop but have nothing sharp to show. The fix? Batch your time the same way you batch your laundry. One day for errands. One day for research. One day for the big project that actually moves the needle. Because when you focus on one type of work at a time, you stop wasting energy switching cycles. You run the load once and it's done. No half-washed socks and no scattered focus. Hack 7. Design your environment to win. Most people think productivity is about willpower. Push harder, focus more, and resist temptation. But what if I told you willpower isn't enough? You need to design your environment so it's easier for you to win. If your phone is on the desk buzzing, you'll grab it. If junk food is on the counter, you'll eat it. That's not weakness at resisting temptations, that's wiring of your brain. The trick is to design your environment so the easiest choice is the right one. Move the phone out of reach. Block apps until your deep work is done. Work with one tab open, not 20. Think of it like creating a bulletproof system for your own brain. You don't argue with the temptation, you remove its access point. Once the bad habits are hidden and the good ones are frictionless, then being productive stops being a constant fight. Hack 8. Stack small wins like illegal interest. If you think productivity means doing everything perfectly, ticking every box on your list, stop. Your brain doesn't run on perfection, it runs on progress. Even one small win, the kind you'd normally dismiss, ignites a spark in your brain that you are moving forward. That single step creates momentum, and momentum multiplies. Here's how I do it. At the end of the day, I score myself in under a minute. Did I lock 2-3 deep hours? Did I protect my energy? Did I finish the most important task? Each gets a 0, 1 or 2. That's it. It sounds stupidly simple, but it compounds like interest. 1 day is a deposit. A month is momentum. 3 months is identity change. Suddenly you're not someone who tries to be productive. You're someone who finishes daily. Stack those wins until the evidence is undeniable. You've now got the illegal productivity handbook. Most people will keep burning hours trying to be productive. You don't have to. Pick one illegal productivity cheat code, apply it on yourself and let me know in the comments how did it for work you.